Welcome, guys. Let's get started on this Foreclosure Max Academy, guys.
Yes, welcome aboard. Glad you made the choice to join us and take you on through this journey
Yes,
to make over $1 million in commissions in selling
$1 million.
pre-foreclosures.
It took me a long time to get to $1 million, guys. Over $1 million. It did.
That's right.
So,
And now we're teaching agents nationwide
yes.
for both in residential and commercial and as well as businesses.
Yeah. Well, as businesses, guys, we can do. Remember, in businesses, they're foreclosing as well, right?
That's right.
And the real estate. So let's get going.
That's right. So why did we start the Foreclosure Max Academy?
You know what? We need help. We needed help. We needed to get this because agents were reaching out to us across the country, Georgia, Florida, Texas, Jersey. They're reaching out to us and want us to help them dial in on this foreclosure niche that we have going on. And here we are, right?
That's right. And
that's why we're here.
We realized that there was a gap in the educational and in training for pre-foreclosures. And so that's why we want to help you guys reach more people while we can't just by the both of us, right?
More homeowners, right? We need to help these people. We need to, these people need help, right? They're in foreclosure. They're looking for a solution. And then we started this so that way we can expand the business and help more agents.
That's right.
Be
We're gonna
profitable.
help more agents be able to profit in this market, in any market, and be able to figure out how to mitigate solutions to fight foreclosure.
Yes. Look, at the end of the day, you guys, foreclosures are a great niche, right? A lot of people don't want to get into foreclosures because they say it's a little difficult, but they're the most profitable, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes, and we've closed over 3,700 transactions and counting, and we're ranked top number 1% 5 years straight since 2019 to the present.
Look, at the end of the day, Galen, and when we're talking to somebody that's in foreclosure and they've spoken to another agent, right? It's pretty wild. Like it's child's play compared to what or how our conversation goes in a typical agent goes.
That's right. You've seen it probably every single type of
Yes.
situation
Yes.
out there.
It's really easy to compete against them.
That's right. And so again, your background, our background helps us
Yes.
and to be able to share and be able to help them navigate through this system.
You know what? I believe that the reason why we're doing so well in this business and myself is because where I come from, my background, right? It was a struggle. My family, the neighborhood we grew up in, we moved so many times. We were always getting kicked out. So this thing that we have, and I mean that's why I gravitated so much to foreclosures. It's a tough situation. It's tough seeing people getting kicked out because I was there, right? And at the end of the day, for me when I was growing up, and one more thing that a lot of people don't know, a lot of viewers don't know, that I've been clean for 15 years, going on 16 years. My purpose in life is completely different, man. My purpose and my focus on business and family and God is dialed in, like just dialed in, guys. So to help you guys get to where you need to get to, it's a lot easier for me because I've already.
And likewise, I know you've gone through so many different types of from struggles, challenges. That's right, to get you to this point, right? You've passed. How many times did you take the exam?
Did you say pass? I didn't pass.
How many times?
Look, guys, at the end of the day, I took the real estate exam 15 times. I passed it on the 16th time. But how was I able to get to where I'm at right now? Just perseverance and we're in the trenches.
Never
man.
giving up.
Right? Look, I was at C21. I started at a small brokerage and then I went over to C21. That small brokerage, I was like this is a funny story. I wasn't like in a little closet. They gave me an office. It was like a closet, but I was the number one producer in that little closet. And then they wanted to give me a bigger office. I said, no, that's okay. I'm good here. I went over to a bigger brokerage, which had about 400 agents there. I did okay the first year, but then the second year, I was number one at that office, and I think I was a 600 GCI more than anybody in that office, and their top guy was at 600. Wow. And what happened there is I was number 8 in the world at Century 21 worldwide, all over the country, all over the states, all over the world. I was number 8 in the world. How did I get there? I had the foreclosure niche. I was doing nothing but foreclosures in commercial and residential. Those are big numbers, right? Doing very well. Still doing very well, right? 5 years in a row, we've been at number 1. We know how to mentor. We know how to coach. You know why? Because we're in the trenches, Galen. And when somebody is in the trenches, they know what's going on and what the laws are today, how to navigate today, right?
Yes, all the nuances that are going on day to day.
We're not coaches that were doing well 10 years ago or 12 years ago or 15 years ago.
Doing the work here today.
We're doing the work now. The magic is going on, right?
Yes.
This is my wife, Kaylin. We've been married for 2 years now. I met her and
Yes, and likewise, I also started over several years ago. I'm not going to date myself, but I started as very introverted. So for those of you who
She's
think,
only 25, guys. So.
yes, I'm in my 20s, and then just getting started. So, but
Well,
for
you're very
those,
knowledgeable in the business for just getting started.
thank you so much. But I've learned from the best, and continue to be
Are you calling
mentored.
me the best?
Oh, of
Oh,
course,
okay.
always, always. I'm not partial, but
Let's go.
biased. So, but yes, it was for those of you who
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
tough personalities in terms of like,
Mhm.
oh, how can I talk to somebody or be empathetic? I think that many of us who have gone through many struggles and challenges in our lives, we don't have to get super personal about some of these things, but you understand. You may be able to be as empathetic more than you think because of the things that you've gone through and the challenges in your life. From
I believe, Galen, being personal is good in this business because it'll help you close,
true.
right?
That's
You'll
right.
connect with the person, right? And it's good stuff.
That's right. So back in say '08, when we were all going through that downturn, we all struggled. I was just in the real estate business, and I learned really quick that many of these things that many people have accumulated, a lot of toys, things like that, everyone was doing really great. And then all of a sudden, things are taken away very fast from your home, your car's being repossessed. I know what that feels like. So being able to be empathetic and work with many of these agents and homeowners is really important. I come from a background of being a college grad. I went to UC Berkeley. I went through corporate
Berkeley?
America. I hit that high, glass
I
ceiling.
didn't go to Berkeley.
Well, one of us did. Your other half did. Okay, so
Let's go.
Yeah, so go Bears. But for
Uh-oh.
those of you who are college grads or have
Yes.
had a major, maybe it's completely out of your, industry, right? Maybe you studied psychology. Maybe you studied sociocultural anthropology. But it's for everyone. Everyone can tap into this type of educational system, and I think that it's never too late to try to start something and add and enhance your industry. So I went into the commercial real estate back in '08, and I started from leasing and doing commercial sales. And
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes.
Look, guys, for a woman to get into commercial business and the commercial real estate, it's a little tough. But Galen has succeeded, man. She is a monster in this business, and just not because she's my wife, but to learn from her and the stuff that I've learned from her in this business and negotiating and how to problem solve.
Okay, well, I found it fun. I found it fun to be able to also, be able to, what, stomp your chest, or what do you call that?
Oh,
Just as much
yes.
as the other guys, right? That we as women can also be able to excel in
Yes.
this industry. And for those women who are maybe single or have children, and, this is the moment to be able to shine. And you can be able to excel in this industry very easily.
Yes.
And so that's one beautiful thing. Once again, I, just like you, reached #1 status from Remax Keller Williams. I was commercial director at Keller Williams for several of their offices.
Director.
And also started coaching and mentoring as well in there.
Wow.
So